of suicidal attempts. Particularly, I would actually, try to focus on it again. That it's only not the consequence of mental illness. Social and environmental factors also does play pivotal role in shaping suicidal ideation and behavior. Poverty, unemployment, discrimination, bullying, trauma, abuse, relationship conflicts are just a few examples of the external stressors that can exacerbate feelings of hopelessness and desperation. Moreover, access to lethal means such as firearms or medications can escalate the risk of suicide attempts, particularly during moments of impulsive despair. So let's check out certain affirmations, that would motivate us if we are in the times of, poverty, in the time of unemployment, some discrimination happens. Let's very quickly actually, go through it, because we know that very well that, for resilience, we have to be internally very, very strong. And I want to know everyone that, it's not at all difficult to get out of this. It's not at all difficult for us to bring anybody who is our loved one out of this, because we are also spreading hope as an organization here that yes, we can do it. And our Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas very well, used this proclamation to encourage the people across the globe. And let's see what could be the powerful affirmations for poverty. One can say, or we can make people say, that I'm resourceful and capable of finding solutions to improve my financial situation. Every challenge that I face strengthens my resilience and determination. If somebody is unemployed, they can say that each rejection is a step closer to finding the right opportunity. Discrimination, we can say that my uniqueness is my strength and I celebrate my and identity with pride. Trauma and abuse, we can say that healing is a journey and I honor my progress no matter how small it is. I'm a survivor, not a victim of my past experiences. For relationship conflict, we can say that every challenge in my relationship presents an opportunity for growth and connection. And affirmations like these can serve as a powerful reminder of one's inner strength and resilience, capacity to grow. And it is very important to repeat them regularly and believe in their truth as they cultivate a positive mindset and inspire proactive actions. So furthermore, societal attitudes and cultural beliefs about mental health and suicide can significantly impact individuals' willingness to seek help. Stigma surrounding mental illness can cast a shadow of shame and secrecy, preventing individuals from reaching for support and understanding. So this stigma may be dismantled through education, advocacy, empathy, as it serves as a barrier to healing and recovery. Identifying the triggers for suicide requires a deep understanding of the interplay between individuals' vulnerabilities and external stresses. Certain life events such as loss of loved ones, financial struggles, legal problems, and chronic illnesses can serve as factors for suicidal behavior, particularly for individuals with mental health issues, as we've already discussed. Social isolation and feelings of alienation can further intensify suicidal thoughts, as individuals may perceive themselves as somebody who is, burdensome and disconnected from others. Moreover, the perception of being trapped in intolerable circumstances without any hope of improvement can fuel suicidal despair. This sense of entrapment can be compounded by societal expectations and cultural norms and systematic injustices that perpetuate inequality and marginalization. So additionally, we would we would also be knowing that let's check this out, that how can we actually prevent and how can we support those who are struggling suicide. Suicide prevention requires a multifaceted approach that encompasses education, awareness, intervention, and support, right? Additionally, we must invest in community-based initiatives that promote social connectedness and resilience. And education is also a key in equipping individuals with knowledge and skills to recognize warning signs effectively, right? By breaking the silence surrounding suicide and fostering it open, honest conversations about it and mental health, we can create a culture of compassion and understanding that could save lives. We can say that suicide is a complex and multifaceted issue that demands a collective intention. Now, let's see that who could be the victim of suicide, or does it discriminate gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, age? No, it doesn't matter for suicide and suicide doesn't discriminate. It can impact anyone, anywhere, at any time. As we delve into the complexities of suicide and its victims, let us strive for greater understanding and compassion. So, the myth that only certain individuals are known to suicide. That the truth is that anyone can be a victim of suicide, right? From teenagers struggling with pressures of adolescence to elderly individuals grappling with loneliness and loss. Suicide can affect people at all ages. It doesn't matter if someone is rich or poor, successful or struggling. The pain of mental illness and emotional distress can touch anyone's life. And that's really sad. So, uh, the answer for these is heartbreak yet universal, that anyone who is battling with overwhelming psychological pain and despair, mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorders, can significantly increase their risks of suicide. These conditions can distort one's perception of reality, making it difficult for them to see beyond those dark clouds of despair. So it's crucial to recognize that suicide is not a selfish or cowardly act. Rather, it is a desperate attempt to escape unbearable suffering. Those who contemplate suicide are not seeking attention or pity, right? We should give them attention. They are crying out for relief, for relentless anguish, from relentless anguish that is consuming their lives. So we must approach them with empathy and understanding, acknowledging the profound agony that drive those people, to take those drastic measures. So, understanding the reason behind suicide requires a compassionate approach, as we've already discussed. It's not enough to simply label suicide as a choice or a failure. We must delve deeper and contribute to and according to diagnosed factors also. This includes addressing the stigma around mental illness, promoting access to quality mental health care, fostering supportive communities where individuals feel valued and understood. Moreover, we must recognize the role of societal cultural factors in shaping individuals' experiences of despair and hopelessness. Discrimination, oppression, poverty, and inequality can all contribute to the feelings of worthlessness, increasing the risks of suicide among the population. So in addition to addressing the root cause of suicide, we must also focus on prevention and intervention strategies. These include education of individuals about warning signs of suicide and how to seek help for themselves or for others in the crisis. Training programs for healthcare, professional education, and community leaders can help identify risks of individuals. Furthermore, we must work to reduce access to lethal means of suicide, such as firearms, medications, through responsible storage practices and regulatory measures. Restricting access to these means can help prevent impulsive suicide attempts. In conclusion, to conclude this out, we can say that, we can manage it, through certain measures to protect our society, and through some coping strategies, which we are going to discuss onwards. So let's see that, what stress is, what anxiety is, what depression is, and what is the correlation of, all these terminologies to suicides, and what are the strategies to alleviate them. Because I think, we have to nip the evil in the bud. We have to stitch, before time. We have to, banish things before time. So these mental health challenges affect millions of individuals worldwide, and understanding their impact is crucial for promoting well-being and preventing suicides. Today we will explore further, yeah, right, stress, anxiety, and depression, and discuss certain strategies to alleviate, each of these, briefly, because we should not know the names, but we should also know that how we are going to alleviate these things up, how we are going to, mitigate, these problems, right? How we are going to cope with them, how we are going to handle these things up. So stress is the body of natural response to a perceived threat or demand, whether psychological, emotional, or physical. While some stress can be beneficial, uh, chronic or excessive, but common sources of stress includes work pressure, financial difficulties, relationship problems, and major life changes. To alleviate stress, right, we should practice certain relaxation techniques, engage, like as you say, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, that, we should create, fun around us. We should create an environment, around us in which we could enjoy, right? So that, stress we and, we should practice certain other relaxation techniques. Engage in relaxation techniques such as deep breathing exercises, right? Progressive muscle relaxation, meditation, yoga. Keep calm your body and mind to reduce stress levels, right? And, set some boundaries. Learn to say no to additional commitments or responsibilities when feeling overwhelmed, right? Establishing clear boundaries that can prevent burnout and reduce stress levels. Stay organized as well. Keep track of your tasks, deadlines. Use a planner or a digital calendar, and to reduce feeling of overall, to reduce this feeling, right? And to increase productivity as well, and to manage stress as well, right? Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Prioritize regular exercise, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, hydration. Seek some support, reach out friends, family members, support groups for emotional support as well. Now let's, these were certain things, that would alleviate stress. Now let's explore anxiety, right? This is the second level, right? If is, stress is in our life for a longer period of time, it can convert into anxiety as well, right? So anxiety is a persistent feeling of worry, fear, and apprehension about future events, uncertainties. While it's normal to experience occasional anxiety, chronic, or excessive anxiety, can interfere with our daily functioning and quality life. Common symptoms of anxiety include restlessness, irritability, muscle tension, difficulty in concentrating, and disturbances. How we can, alleviate these things up, how we can actually, manage anxiety. We can practice mindfulness, engage in mindful practices such as meditation, challenge the negative thoughts, identify and challenge negative thoughts, you know, the exposure to the negative people. We should actually decrease our exposure to the negative people, negative thoughts, negative environment, negative surroundings, negative content that we consume, on a daily basis. Seek some professional help if the anxiety actually prevails for a longer period of time, right? And practice some self-care activities to promote relaxation, relief, stress, right? Right? A warm bath, listening to music, spending time in the nature as well. So very quickly, we are going to move on towards depression as well. Depression is a mood disorder characterized by a persistent feeling of sadness, hopelessness, loss of interest, and pleasure in activities once enjoyed. It can manifest in various ways, including change in appetite or weight, sleep disturbances, fatigue, difficulty in concentrating, and thoughts of self-harm or suicide, right? This can bring us. This is eventually the third level, but this depression would bring us towards suicide. So we have to control our anxiety. We should try to manage out, I mean, stress, so that we would not go into depression, right? We should know how to manage, our stress and the stress of our loved one. So let's see, what depression does, and how we are going to manage it out, right? We can seek professional help. If you're experiencing symptoms of depression, it's very important to seek professional medical help, right? And we should stay connected to the social connections, right? And supportive friends, family members, right? For comfort and encouragement and sense of belonging during difficult times. Engage in pleasurable activities, right? Participate in activities that bring you joy, fulfillment, and sense of accomplishment. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and compassionate with yourself. We have to be compassionate to ourselves. We should not look towards past. We should not see the errors which we have made. No doubt, it's a human trait to make errors, but we are the ones, who can make things better for us, right? So we should encourage ourselves. We should be compassionate to ourselves, um, and recognize that depression is a medical condition and not a reflection of your own character or worth, right? Treat yourself with the same understanding and empathy that would offer. Uh, so individuals experiencing. So these were some. These were certain terminologies that are in use for us through our lives. I mean, we discuss stress, anxiety, depression, and we've also seen the correlation of these things with suicide. So let's move on towards let's move on towards some coping strategies, right? Which
We are still here and we are still listening. And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for learning with us and sharing on the Facebook as well as Zoom. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your patience. Yes, we will continue, and we know that we learn a lot from this topic because it's very, very important. Even if it's not affecting us, it's affecting anyone around us, and we will have the right information of how we can help them, support them, encourage them, inspire them, so that they will know that when there is life, there is still hope, and they don't need to go to that level of committing suicide, because majority has a lot in their plates. They have a lot they are thinking. They have a lot they are they are facing, even from the child toddlers to teenagers, from teenagers to adults and so forth. So that's one reason why we need to take this topic. Continue, Dr. Stephen.
Yes, I would quickly move on, and for example, let's see that what are the coping strategies. Let's quickly cover this up. Supposedly, if we have suicidal thoughts, we know that suicidal thoughts can be incredibly distressing and overwhelming. But it's important to know that there are certain coping mechanisms that could help you to navigate through those dark moments in life. Here are some strategies that may be helpful. First of all, we should seek some professional help, right? The first and foremost step is to reach out to mental professionals, therapists, counselors, and psychiatrists who are trained to help individuals struggling with suicidal thoughts, and that can provide personalized support and treatment. Build a support system. Surround yourself with a supportive friend, family members, support groups who can offer empathy, understanding, and encouragement. sharing your feelings with, trusted individuals can alleviate some of the burden you may be carrying, right? Develop coping strategies, right? Skills and strategies. Practice healthy coping mechanisms such as mindfulness, deep breathing exercises, journalizing, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. These techniques can be helpful, regulate your emotions, and provide a sense of relief during difficult times. And create safety plans. Work with your mental health professionals to develop a safety plan that outlines specific steps to take you through the time when you experience suicidal thoughts. This plan may include contacting a friend or family member, or utilizing coping strategies, or seeking emergency help, right? Limit access to means such as which are illegal and harmful also. If you have access to the lethal means such as firearms or medication, consider temporarily resisting access to these items to reduce the risk of impulsive harms. Stay connected with others when you are feeling isolated or withdrawn. Reach out to your loved ones, attend social activities, or participate in community events to combat feelings of loneliness. Practice self-compassion, as we've already discussed that, we should be gentle, we should be, kind, gentle, and compassionate with our own selves, right? Recognize that, struggling with suicidal thoughts does not define your worth or character. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend in need, right? And so, and for example, if a friend of ours, or if somebody we love, or a loved one is suffering from these suicidal thoughts, there are certain steps to cope with those feelings as well, because we have to listen to them. We have to be their support. We have to be around them, right? And so what we do, if you suspect someone who is in immediate danger of harming themselves, so recognize the warning signs of suicide, and knowing how to intervene can save a life. So here are some things which we could do. So first of all, we should take it seriously. If someone expresses thoughts of suicide or exhibits warning signs such as talking about feelings of hopelessness and trap, you know, right? So we should consider them, that they are precious, and we should hear them. We should take it seriously, and we should try to find out more and more about them by listening to them. And active listening is very important, right? And don't even try to judge them up, right? Try to minimize their distress at those times, and initiate a conversation. As we discussed, approach the person with empathy and compassion. Express your concerns for the well-being and ask directly about the thoughts of suicide. Listen actively without judgment, allowing them to express the feelings openly. Offer your support. Let the person know that they are not alone, and they are not alone. They are not somebody who doesn't have anyone. Encourage them to seek professional help, and offer to assist them in assessing resources such as therapy, hotlines, and support groups. Stay with them. If the person is in immediate danger, stay with them and do not leave them alone, right? And that would also reduce the potential of, I mean, those people harming themselves, right? And also, I mean, take care of the things, if they have certain medications or weapons, I mean, you should ensure that, it should be taken away with the people, who are suffering from, these thoughts, right? So we can contact emergency services, if the person is in danger, and he has attempted suicide, we can immediately contact emergency services. We should follow up after the immediate crisis. So somebody has gone through, we should continue to offer support and follow up. And it was, so in conclusion, coping with suicidal ideation and supporting someone in the crisis, of such complex, suicidal thoughts and challenging tasks. It's not easy, but it's not at all something, which is impossible. And we can do it. Yes, we can help people out. Yes, we can help ourselves. We are going through these things. So let's sum up, this session today. In conclusion, suicide is a very complex issue, deeply rooted in psychological pain, mental health disorders, and external stresses. Individuals with these conditions of depression, anxiety, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia face immense internal turmoil, often feeling trapped in a cycle of despair. Moreover, external factors such as poverty, unemployment, discrimination, bullying, trauma, abuse, relationship conflicts can, create these feelings of hopelessness and pushing individuals closer to the brink of suicide. Suicide does not discriminate, as we've already discussed, anyone, regardless of their age, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status. It is equally, lethal for the people from any ethnicity, age group, economic status, right? So recognizing warning signs and understanding the underlying reason behind suicidal ideation are crucial steps in its prevention. For those experiencing suicidal thoughts, seeking professional help is important. Therapeutic interventions, medical support, medical and emotional support networks are very, very important for these people to combat these thoughts. Additionally, cultivating resistance and fostering a sense of purpose, as we've discussed, affirmations, that can serve as a protective factor against suicidal tendencies. As a society, we must prioritize mental health, education, and advocacy, breaking the stigma around seeking help, you know, implementing policies that promote access to mental health services and support networks is imperative for saving lives. And, you know, by fostering understanding, empathy, proactive intervention, we can work towards preventing suicide and promoting mental well-being in our communities. And together, we know we can make a difference. One can make a difference for themselves, for their loved ones, and yes, you can, yes, we can. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow. Very interesting. Interesting. Thank you so much. Despite the connection, you were able to deliver very well on this topic of suicide. And I believe that we all now, as we are aware of it, we'll be able to now be questioning ourselves, and I believe more questions will be coming in, so that even if you can't ask the question now, you are still thinking deeply because it might be new to you. But keep thinking about it and keep writing your questions and send it to yyci.academy@gmail.com, because it's very important that we continue to address this situation. I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Stephen, for spending time from your busiest, even coming out of your office to come and deliver this speech this afternoon or this morning. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I believe that people, as I want to thank all the people that have really joined us on Facebook. Thank you so much. Here in Zoom, I think because of the connection, people are joining off and on, but it's still okay because we are recording it and they can watch it later. Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Stephen Kamran,
It's
for
an
sharing
honor.
this. Thank you so
It's an
much.
honor, Professor Dr. Queen Lisbon Luca. Thank you so much.
Okay,
God bless
thank
you a
you.
lot.
God bless
God
you.
bless
God
everyone.
bless you. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, right. No, this is, oh yes.